Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Thursday. I know I've been going off schedule this past few weeks, but it's kind of hard to schedule when it's the holidays. So, thank you, David, for coming on a Thursday. Oh, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. I'm getting feedback, like
are you?
duplicate audio.
Oh, maybe you have to put your actual YouTube video on mute.
It's not on.
Oh, interesting.
No, here it is. Yeah. Never mind. I see it. Okay. All set.
For those that just tuning in, we have David Kaljic, right? Is it?
Yeah, Kaljic. Yep.
Kaljic.
You got it.
How to help an SEO out. HASO. All right, guys.
HASO, yeah.
Happy Thursday, James. What's up? So I'm trying to remember. I know we got introduced by someone like a few months back, and I've just been so busy to get things rolling. So finally, this will make sure things get rolling and get things like who's the one that introduced us? Do you remember?
It was Alex. Alex Barr.
Ah, yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah, Alex is dope. I learned a lot from his episode on his agencies, on scaling agencies, and
yes, yeah, he's got that book now. It's really good.
Yeah. Maddox, hello, fellas. Hello. I love how you got HASO from the HARO. I'm assuming it's from the idea of how HARO worked. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's exactly. I mean,
okay.
We all used HARO, right?
Yeah.
As SEOs at some point, probably, and so yeah, it's a ripoff.
Yeah, I don't think it's around anymore. I mean, they at least got bought out by another company. Yeah.
Right. It got bought out. It went away. It came back. It may actually be back now, but it's different. So I don't know. Yeah.
Got it. What's up, Dave and Dre? This is Fletcher. What's up, Fletcher? We got about 8 more minutes to go. If you're just tuning in, we have David here, and we'll be talking about how to help an SEO out. HASO, which is a website for SEOs on local link building, right? This is something a little bit more, it's more geo-specific, which we will get into.
Yep.
Yo, what's up? Help an SEO out. David's in the live chat. Be sure to get your questions ready. We'll be going through the reason why he started this and how HASO can help you out, and the benefits and how it was developed, thought process behind it, and why it works. Be sure to get everything ready. We got about 7 more minutes to go. Do you do a YouTube video? I mean, I saw you did one YouTube video on that one presentation. I mean, you have a nice setup there too. So I'm assuming that you have a podcast, a video podcast as well.
No, we don't. Yeah, just the office. My yeah.
Oh, you just have a dope office.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Hi everyone. Happy Thursday. Stefan, my man. How you doing, Stefan? Here every week. Love it. Actually, Stefan, I don't think you were here last week. I know you were here in spirit, brother. Hi everyone. Vera, what's up?
I love the sound effects. You ever watch Jim Cramer?
Oh yeah. I kind of got
so cool.
Yeah. I got a mix from all that, and my huge inspiration on how I started this was there's this show on E. Oh my god, I just totally blanked out, but it was oh my god, sorry, I just blanked out on what inspired how I kind of produced the show, but it'll come to me, I'm sure it will. Yo, what's up, Ernesto, my man? Where are you based out of? I know you're in the East Coast because you're on East Coast time, right?
Yeah, so I'm from New York, but we moved to Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
7 or 8 years ago, yeah.
Better weather though, right? Isn't the weather there pretty good?
It is. Yeah, it's Florida's deceiving. Like we're way up north, so it's not like Miami hot all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't really get cold either. This is it. This is the most I have to wear.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like right now?
Yeah. A couple of shirts and you're good.
Talk suit. That's what it was. Talk suit. So basically,
Okay.
yeah, it's basically kind of like based off of that, kind of having a little few things, and that's why it's kind of like this whole. I mean, I grew up in the '90s, so
Uh-huh.
it's just. I used to have wrestlers on here kind of tell jokes. Like I had a Ted DiBiase. I don't know if you watched WWF back in the days, WWE now, but
No.
yeah, there was some wrestlers that had them tell SEO jokes in the beginning.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I remember a lot of the wrestlers. Like, like Hacksaw Jim
Yeah,
Duggan.
yeah. Like the $1 Million Man, Ted
Right.
DiBiase. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
He was doing a lot of. He did a lot of jokes, SEO jokes for me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I was just telling a bunch of things over the years. I've been doing this for 5 years now, so it's like kind of been perfecting it, toning it down a little bit, just kind of getting to the point, getting all the feedback from what people were giving me. So still making it a little entertaining. All right, let's see here. I see a few of you out there. Don't be shy. Let me say hi in the live chat. We got about less than 4 minutes to go.
And where are you? You're in LA?
No, I'm in Northern California, so like a Napa Valley
Right.
area. I don't know if you're familiar with wine country, Napa.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so I'm out in that area. Let's see here. Did you are you a coder, or did you work with a developer for this, or was it something that you built yourself? I know you were like.
I am a light coder. But so yeah, the heavy lifting was done by a dev.
Got it. Marcus says, "Hi, David."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, the dev stuff is fun.
Yeah. Especially with vibe coding now, it makes a lot of. I mean, if you understand the concept of coding and like what needs to be done
Right.
and the frameworks, it can really help you out. I mean, the AEO.so website platform, that learning platform, I built that through vibe coding all by myself. So
Yeah, it's incredible what you can do. Like even like internal apps that we would make for ourselves years ago.
Mhm.
You got to pay a dev and like go through the whole process of specking and all that stuff. Like for little internal apps, you really don't need to do that anymore.
yeah, you just outline it and tell it you put all the everything you need.
Like, poof.
Boom, you got it. All right, Kobe, what's up, Dre? Congrats on your boba shop. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Which is why I've been busy. I couldn't check out HASO for so long. We've been working on my boba shop.
You have a boba shop?
Yeah, I just had a grand opening just a couple weeks ago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was huge. So I was like, I opened up in October and had my official grand opening 2 weeks ago, just after we ironed out a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had about 500 people show up. We had a car show, DJ, sold like over 300 plates and 200 like snacks and boba drinks. It's pretty good.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We
My
got one
daughter.
more. Oh, she loves boba?
Yep. She's obsessed with boba.
Oh, there you go. Love it. All right. We got 1 more minute to go. So I'm going to put you on mute real quick, and I'm going to introduce you in about 1 minute after the hour. All
Okay.
right. Cool. All right, guys. Let's see. If you're just tuning in, we have David Kaljic. How to help an SEO out, HASO, We'll be going over that platform if you haven't heard about it yet.
Yeah. Hey, time to get it started. No delay. Let's work. Want to see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre de Vera, steady dropping knowledge. Over 15 years in the game, so he knows all about it. Master the art of SEO. You will be amazed. Time to get your brand off page to on page. Dropping knowledge, legendary for sure. Whether you're just getting started or self-employed entrepreneur. Yeah, let's go. Subscribe to the SEO video show.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the SEO video show where SEO is alive and fun. My name is Paul Andre de Vera, aka Dre, and I curate SEO videos released within the past week into about 1-minute clips. My favorite part of the show is when I get to introduce my guests. And today's guest, we have David from HASO. Before we get started, let's say what's up to everyone in chat. I see Kobe, David, Marcus, Ernesto, Ephemera, Stefan, Victor, Fletcher, wow, Maddox, James. Welcome everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Now let's get on with the show.
Hey Dre, what do SEOs use besides consonants? Disavowals!
All right, I'll be honest, I didn't have a chance to check out any Google News right now, so I'm going to go straight into the interview. But before we start the interview, here's a word from our sponsor. Your traffic is vanishing and AI search is the reason why. Hi, I'm Paul Andre de Vera, a 20-year SEO pro, and this is how I beat AI in its own game. Answer engines like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity are all replacing Google results, and your organic traffic is disappearing. No links, no attribution, just lost visibility. Right at the moment, people are deciding what to buy. These answers shape the buyer's journey, but you get zero traffic and zero credit. So how do you stay visible even when search engines stop sending traffic? I use Profound, the only tool built to help brands in AI search. I used to spend hours optimizing for rankings. Now I optimize for answers, and Profound tells me precisely what AI is talking about my brand. Profound gives you answer engine insights. See where and how AI mentions your brand. Agent analytics. Track how often AI crawlers visit and use your content. Conversation Explorer. Discover what real users ask AI before they buy. And shopping visibility. Boost product presence in ChatGPT shopping. If you're not showing up in AI answers, you're out of the conversation. Start now before your brand disappears from the buyer's journey. Be sure to click the link below and try Profound.com to take back your brand's visibility.
David is a 20-year digital marketing veteran. He's a former Webby-nominated startup founder. He's built several high ROI WordPress websites and scaling niche agencies. He's now the force behind helping SEO out HASO. Please welcome David Kaljic.
David, my man, welcome to the show.
What's up? That was awesome.
Love it, love it. Everyone, let's give a round of applause. All right, David, this is the first question I ask all my SEO professionals that come on here. In 1 minute or less, how does David get ranking on page 1 of Google?
Oh, my favorite topic. Links.
Go.
Links, more links, and then maybe a little bit more links.
There we go. Love it. First knowledge bomb of the day.
Yep.
Love that. Love that. Let me rewind this real quick. Hold on. Take us way back. Let's take us way back 20 years ago. How'd you first get into SEO?
So just to do like the quick, history thing. I actually started as a designer. And then by chance got a job at a digital marketing agency in like 2001, which, is sort of like nobody knew what they were doing back then. So we all kind of invented it as we went. And, we started publishing sites. We were targeting doctors and we needed traffic. So if somebody was like, hey, we need to get some traffic. And I went and figured it out. So that's, roughly 2004 or 5, and ever since then I've been messing around with trying to get traffic through all sorts of means, but primarily Google.
Love that. So how'd you actually learn it then?
hands-on. You know, back in 2004, 5, 6, there was a lot less of these like courses and things. It was just, let's do this, let's do that, let's try it, you know, and kind of stumble our way through it, honestly. And you know, you nail something that works, and you go down that rabbit hole and keep chasing it, and that's how I learned.
Got it. Was there anyone that you particularly followed, or at least remember from back in the times that you probably got some information from?
Honestly, no, not back then. It wasn't until like 2010 where maybe 2012 where I started like diving into courses and things, but up until then it was really just do it. You know?
Got it. Love that. So why SEO then? I know you went started at a marketing agency or digital marketing agency, but I mean, why particularly go to the SEO route and not like pay-per-click or social media?
Well, we did. As an agency, we were doing, you know, sort of all of those things.
What about you? I want to know you.
Yeah, because there came a point in time where this business was an agency and a publisher. So, you know, we couldn't buy our way into having enough traffic. So we needed organic traffic, and that was the reason that I just like I had to figure it out. It was a requirement, right, for the business to move forward. So that's what we did.
Got it. So nothing else made you interested in it? It was just, hey, it's just because that's what we had to do. Like,
you know, that's how it started.
Yeah.
Out of a need. So, but then the thing that kept me interested, or you know, maybe go deeper into it, it was I love how you can do something and see the effect, right? And you can like it's a constant cycle of like, you know, testing something, doing this, doing that, and seeing things go up or down or whatever it is. And that's fun, you know. It's like
Love that. Love it. Yes. So take us fast forward to past your digital marketing agency days. You know, where did you start your own agency? Kind of drive us through that journey now.
Yeah. So that would take us to about 2012.
Okay.
And that place got sold and everybody kind of disbanded or whatever. Then I went out on my own, and that was my first taste of local SEO. It was just by sheer coincidence that, like, you know, a friend of a friend needed help with their business and they were local.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, you know, I'll do it. And I started, and it actually worked phenomenally well. You know, the program drove like 1.5 to 1.8 million in revenue for them.
Oh, okay.
So that, you know, was a dopamine boost. So I'm like, okay, you know, this local stuff is fun.
Yeah.
So we kept doing more of that. And then, you know, the path like wound in and out through, I had a SaaS for a while and then other things and whatever. But, you know, honestly, it's always been like SEO related.
Okay.
Or whatever SaaS there was, I was applying SEO to it. So I never really got out. I just may not have always been 100% in, you know? So yeah.
Got it. Love that. So now take us to our topic of today. I mean, what was the exact point when you local SEO that you made you to create like HASO?
Yeah. So, you know, like I said, we had that first local SEO project, and then maybe like in 2018 we started a local SEO agency, very niche specific, because we were getting clients from that niche anyway, and we just doubled down on it. So, you know, we had to we completely focused on local in that niche, and through that, you know, we had our SOPs and we had our need to get links. And we tried all the, you know, outreach type stuff and et cetera, and just came to the conclusion that it was way too inefficient. So we needed to fix it for ourselves. And that brings us to HASO.
Got it. So, I mean, what was that? I believe, like in your presentation, you mentioned you had years of trying to outreach marketplaces, guest posts with mixed results, and finally you said, you know, yeah. So, I mean, what was that last straw that made you like say, okay, this is what I'm coming with? Like, I'm kind of just think of that aha moment when you had it. Like, I'm gonna start this.
Yeah, so it's funny. It's like I'm sure most of us, or not most, but a lot of us do this. Like you have the idea and it gets buried, and I even bought the domain name like years and years ago, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
And the final aha moment was when our our typical sort of playbook, I guess, started just getting less effective,
Okay.
and that part of which we'll get into later about
Yeah.
like, the very specific type of link that you get on HASO,
Yeah.
it just got harder and harder over the years.
Mhm.
And at some point we just said, this is crazy. We know it's out there. We just need to work with the right people, other SEOs. They'll gladly do this with us. They'll gladly trade the links. They want it too. So that was it. We said, all right, it's time to do this.
Got it. Because so you refer to these as geo niche links, right? So I mean, what is
Yeah.
exactly is a geo niche relevant link, and why are they so hard to get?
Yeah. Okay. So in order to answer that, I'll just do like a super quick like overview of what at least I perceive as what's out there in terms of links, right?
Yes, please. Yeah.
So there's your typical there's real links, which I mean like if you're getting published on a New York Times or editorial piece or that kind of stuff, that's quote unquote real. And then there's you may do some efforts to get press mentions, this, that, whatever, but that from a local SEO perspective, unless you got a large client with a large budget, you really don't have that kind of bandwidth to do those sorts of things, right? So then you're left with going to the marketplaces and buying stuff, right? Or maybe there's some other variations of that, but we found at least that the marketplaces is where you may find a niche relevant link, like paintingadvice.com for a local painter or something. But it's only a matter of time before those places get saturated or they turn into farms or they're just overlinked and all this kind of stuff. So at least that's the way we experienced it. And nowhere was there a good inventory of the combination of niche relevant and local relevant.
Okay.
So that's what we mean when we say local. It's a painter in Chicago linking to a plumber in Chicago, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
That's the difference. It's a local, really local link. It's not some, painting site talking about that's not local, talking about painting. It's an actual local guy talking to a local guy. Yeah.
So why do you think Google seems to reward those local to local links? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
So part of the way this played out, and it was another reason why the sort of impetus to get moving on this in a more scalable way was we had done a campaign with a business, and it wasn't like an SEO campaign per se. It was to get them. So they did an event, right? A local event, right? And from that event, there was some news coverage and some other organizations that were part of the event. They started linking to the client and, the page that was promoting this event and that kind of stuff. So they ended up with a bunch of local links, like real local links, like I'm talking about. And even though it wasn't an SEO campaign, the effects were clear on SEO. So, the only digital evidence of that campaign from a algorithmic perspective was the links, the mentions that happened on other sites, the links to there, that kind of stuff. So we said, okay, this is pretty good evidence that this is, this is why this happened,
Got it.
Excellent!
All right. Okay. So, I mean, okay. So you talk about can you walk us through the real cost of these links compared to let's say if they use something like HASO? I mean, because I know it's slow, it can be expensive.
Right.
Yeah. What are some of the problems here that you're solving?
Yeah. Okay. So in order to get these, right, just imagine yourself trying to get a link from let's say you're based in Jacksonville, like we are, and you got a client in Miami or Atlanta. The old way to do it is to do outreach. So you end up doing outreach to all these, businesses in Atlanta. And most of the time you end up hitting like an info ad or this or that or whatever, and it's hitting a business owner's inbox, right? They have no clue. They don't know what a link is. Even if they do kind of have an idea, they're skeptical of it. They're scared that you're a scam, all this stuff that gets in the way. Sometimes you might hit an SEO inbox or whatever, and they kind of get it and do it. But the amount of effort that goes into doing this is huge.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, scrape and outreach and all that sort of stuff. So there's a pretty high cost to doing it, and the return is just not there. So when we found that we became, exceedingly convinced that these links were valuable, that's when we said, all right, we got to find a scalable way to do this. And yeah, that's HASO.
Got it. So I'm curious, like, why would how would you convince like a local plumber to link to a local painter? Like, well, how would you sell it? Oh,
you don't.
Yeah,
you don't. So like, that's what I mean. That's why it was so hard, because, you hit the inbox and say something along the lines, let's, cooperate, let's collaborate, let's link, whatever, but they don't know what a link is. They don't know the value of it.
Exactly.
So they just ignore it, or if they reply, we used to word it as partnership, promotional partnership instead of saying link. And then sometimes we got responses,
Mm-hmm.
but even then it's like they don't know how to put a link on the website. Just too many barriers.
Got it. Okay. All right. So something that's pretty easy that a lot of SEOs do now are niche edits, right? So like, what's the difference between what HASO does with a niche and a niche edit?
Yeah. So, typically the niche edit will be on a site that is niche related, right?
Okay.
So let's just pretend there's a site out there for, paintingadvice.com, right?
Okay.
And you get an edit on that site, or it might just be a general home improvement site and you get an edit there. So yeah, sure, it's niche related,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not local.
Okay.
It's not locally related. So, what we believe happens in real business, like forget SEO for a minute.
Yeah.
If you've got a local painter and they've got a buddy who's a subcontractor who is an electrician or, a general contractor with subcontract, they share business. They link to each other. So that happens in every industry, not just home improvement.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is. It's a relationship. It's just a digital version of their relationships that they already exist. So it's completely normal, I think, for this sort of thing to exist in real business and therefore in digital, ways. It's just that the business owners don't know that they should implement the digital part.
Got it. So, okay, let's talk about the solution then, because I'm sure people are getting confused here on like how this works and stuff like that. So let's talk about the HASO solution. For those that just don't know what HASO is, like in one sentence, what is it? What is HASO?
Yeah, it's a local link exchange.
Okay,
so
it's link exchange. Okay,
right. And so, in super basic description of it, you go on to HASO, you find a list of local links. So you'll see painter in Chicago, plumber in Chicago, med spa in Miami, garage door repair in Jacksonville, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just big old list, niche and location.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I have a client that is a painter in Chicago, and I look at the list and I see that there's an electrician in Chicago, I'm going to reach out to that owner, the SEO, and say, yo, dude, what's up? Let's get an exchange going. And their SEO is answering on the other side. So they don't they don't need any education. They know what the game, and they reciprocate.
Got it. So it's more of SEOs talking to SEOs, not necessarily business owners talking to business owners.
No.
So
yes.
Okay. See, I think that's where I feel like some people may be getting confused. So I'm curious now. Like, okay, now that we have that, so how do you get your inventory of like all these local businesses? So I'm assuming these are other SEOs with their clients that are putting it into the system. Is that?
Yes, it's all SEOs. I mean, there may be an occasional business owner that is sort of, savvy, and listing their own business, but it's 95%, other local SEOs. Mm-hmm. And, we're getting the inventory through them. We're doing stuff like this. We're getting the word out about it. And, we find that when somebody learns about it, they pretty much sign up right away because it's just so obvious,
Okay, so how do you keep track of the quality of the sites that are on there? Like,
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked about that because this is important.
Yeah.
So there's two parts to that. Let's take the bottom part first.
Okay.
Just let's say the bottom part being we don't want junk, right?
Yep.
Total junk. You know, like first of all, there's the qualification that it has to be a local business. It can't be painting.com, painteradvice.com. It's not a niche site or anything like that. It's a real local business. Step one.
Okay.
Right? And if something shows up on the platform that's not that, we just delete it. That's that simple, right?
Okay. Okay.
So like we're reviewing it, right? Then there is the question of quality, right? And quality means a lot of things to a lot of people, right? It's our belief that when it comes to local links, domain rating, DA, whatever metric you want to, name or use, is not that it's not totally irrelevant, but it's not critical. That's not what this is about.
Okay.
Right? Most of these local businesses have a domain rating from 10 to 20, 30, something in that area.
Yeah.
Occasionally you're going to find a franchise location, Roto-Rooter in Jacksonville, right? A page on their site. So their domain rating is the national rating, and it's 60, 70, 80, whatever. So you will find some of that. But for the most part, local businesses have, 20s, 15, 20s, or whatever. But it doesn't matter. That's not what this is about. This is about the signal, the local signal to the local signal. So from that point of view, quality is more about, is it local and is the site good, right? We're not looking for total junk that you wouldn't put anything on. So that's how we look at this. And
Got it. All right. So now we got that overview. Can you kind of like walk us through the process now? Like what the exact workflow when a user can get a link. Like first, obviously someone signs up, right? I mean, like start from there.
Right.
So I mean, it could be either way, right? Someone that wants to. Well, I'll let you explain it.
Yes, it could be either way. So let's say, let's say I sign up today, right? And I've got, my agency is abc.com, agency.a.com, whatever. So, and I have 10 clients. I would upload those 10 clients, put in painter, Chicago, plumber, Miami, whatever, all 10. And from that point forward, you or I could decide to look at the other inventory, which everybody has access to, and say, oh, these 5 or 6 sites that are already in the inventory match some of my clients. So I'm going to click message the owner and send them a message, and then you wait for the response. That's basically it. So that's me doing outbound. And this is all in the platform. There's also the possibility that there'll be inbound, right? So I posted those 10 sites, and other SEOs that are on the platform are looking for the same, the same list, and they might see something that's interesting that I have. They're going to message me.
Got it. Love that. Okay, so now that that's there, I mean, for the most part, have you seen? I mean, I'm not sure if the privacy of how you can see like the success rate of people like going back and forth. I mean, has it been pretty like communal where everyone like will accept it or not? Or
Yeah. So okay, there's a couple things on that. So we have a guy that joined very, very early on. It was like the first week or something like that. And at that point, we only had like 100, maybe 200 sites or something like that. It was even less. It was, let's say, 50 to 100. And he, within the first 2 months, built 18 links. So he then went on to hit 27 links in like 3.5 months, right? Now he worked at it, right? It's not autopilot, right? We're not doing auto placements. You have to do some work to get the links, but it's straightforward. But you have to put in some work. So he did it, and he got the links. And then I had a guy just tell me he joined like 2 days ago. And 3 days ago now, and yesterday he told me that in the first 2 days he got 2 links. So it's there. It works. Now I will preface this by saying, up until like Monday, we were doing all this through email. So you would message somebody into their email, and they would message you back. So the communication was outside of the platform, which made it a little tricky because of spam filters and all this, stuff. But this week we brought all the communication into the app. So
nice.
we already had a pretty good success rate. I think this is just going to make it, even better.
Love that. Okay, so let's talk about this. We know Google hates links, right? Like hates buying links or like link exchanges.
Right.
Like,
Right.
how are you protecting this network or this exchange from like the Google moles?
Yes, right. So from day one, because we've been part of networks that got taken down, right?
Okay.
Many years ago. And PBNs get discovered sometimes, not all, whatever. So from day one, we knew we had to do this in a way that was untouchable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the way we did that is, first of all, when you go on there, you don't see the domain names.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like if somebody was to log in, you can't just get a list of the entire domain list.
Oh,
you can't do it.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all you see is Painter, Chicago, right?
Yeah, like real estate city. And then.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So that right away. Yeah.
So this is you're exchanging links with the person that's contacting you. You're not just getting a link from there. You have to offer a link back.
Yes.
So I'm okay.
Yes.
Sorry. So I'm trying to understand it a little more. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So it is.
Yes.
So it is an exchange only between the two people. So it's not like a credit system where if you offer a certain amount of sites, if someone gives you a link, then you can get a link back from another person. This is a one-to-one exchange.
It's what we're doing is introducing two SEOs that
Got it. Okay.
A likely exchange, right? And you guys may decide that you don't want to do it after all for whatever reason. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
We're just initiating the contact between these two people who probably have an exchange in hand, right?
Got it. Okay. Love that. Okay. I'm curious, like, so I mean, how has there been any like problems so far? I'm curious, like, if anything's like kind of spawned, like whether it's like someone that put the link in, or or the exchange didn't go well. I mean, I'm curious, like, how is anything
sometimes sometimes people it goes back to that whole DA thing. There's like different people have different perceptions of what they want.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's cool. It's understandable. So when that sort of happens and, you reach out to someone and they say, okay, yeah, I've got this painting site, and they show you the URL, because at some point they will show you the URL.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at it and you say, I don't really want it. And that's how it goes. It doesn't conclude in a link, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like, because of the pricing structure, it's not like you're losing anything. It's like you were talking to a buddy, an SEO buddy, and if you guys decide not to do the link, it's cool. We just move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay, so what are some complementary niches? Because I mean, you talk about like other services, linking to other services. Because obviously you wouldn't want to link to your same services because you'll be competing. But I mean, like, so what are the ones? I mean, what are considered complementary or would work with each other? I'm curious.
Right. Oh, this is a huge topic. I mean, it's almost endless. So let's just use like the typical, home services, right?
Okay.
Home repair. So any tradesman really could link to each other as long as they're not a painter to a painter in the same city.
Okay.
So an electrician, a plumber, that whole type of service, repair service type things, they could all link to each other. They're complementary but non-competing in the same city. Going back to the idea of, if they're all buddies anyway, or not all of them, but you know what I mean. They got a bunch of buddies in the same. So that's it. Let's say that's home services, but let's say in senior care, right? We do a lot of work in senior care.
Okay.
So, an elderly person needs to have their home taken care of. So we often will link out to a painter, a electrician, or whatever, and those electricians can send to us too. That's a normal recommendation that our home care agency might make. Hey, listen, I got a buddy that's a plumber. You need to have your toilet fixed. Here you go, right?
Got it. Yeah.
And there's always like an ancillary complementary service in local for almost any industry, health, all of them.
Got it. All right. So here's another question. I'm curious on how, where are they putting the links? I mean, is it like a blog exchange, like an exchange through blogs? Is there like a, back in the days, we used to have a links page for all our friends and we
Resources,
resources.
Yeah.
And you just throw them on there. I mean, so how is
Right.
this exchange? Like, where are they placing the links for each other?
Yeah, so that's a great question, and it's actually going to dovetail into something else that
Okay.
I think we should cover.
Okay.
So, first of all, it's really up to the SEOs, right? We're not auto placing these or anything like that, or prescribing how to do it. But the way we do it is through blog posts. So, like, to go back to the example of a home care agency, you would write an article about how important it is for seniors to maintain their homes and safety and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll link out to a painter, a plumber, whatever,
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
So that's just how we do it.
Got it.
And then there was the other thing I was gonna shoot. Oh, yes. So I'm sure there will be questions. Maybe if we look at the chat, maybe it's already in there. Reciprocal linking, right? This comes up all the time. And I'm sure if you ask 10 people about this, you'll get 10 different, responses. I'll give you my opinion on it. Reciprocal linking is well, so maybe if not everybody knows, reciprocal linking is when one site links to another, and that site links back to that site. So it's a, exact exchange, right?
Okay.
Now, a lot of people will say that's a bad idea, it's looked down upon, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And I at least believe that it's not exactly accurate, not in the context that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That came from like the old days, many years ago, where there was like link wheels and literally exchanges that did this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Reciprocal link. And, it was a pattern that Google caught on to, and they started downgrading it or penalizing it or whatever. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a painter in Chicago linking to a plumber in Chicago. We're not talking about hundreds and hundreds of links. We're talking about a dozen, right? That's not a pattern that Google gives anything about. It's normal for this to happen. And if it is something you're concerned about, you don't have to do a reciprocal link. Every one of these SEOs on this platform has multiple sites. You guys will figure out a way to do a three-way or whatever. There's always a way to do it. So,
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because if you're bringing SEOs who have their own clients, they can say, "Hey, I have this at this, this other, if you have another client that wants to do this," so you can figure out everyone's own inventory of like clients.
Yes,
things.
It happens all the time. It's all the time, and that's actually why Blair was so successful in his efforts, right, in the early days, because he had his own inventory and he was just, making it work with other sites.
Who's Blair?
Oh, it was the guy that I was talking about earlier, that had the 27 links in like 2.5 months.
I got it.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Love that. So, okay, let's okay, we have SEOs here. Now let's talk about like agencies. How can agencies use this? I mean, obviously there's SEOs too, but I mean, like, how can they integrate it into their workflow, into like their monthly link building planning? And, how can that, let's talk strategy wise. Like how can someone, agency can do this? Yeah.
Sure. Well, if you kind of go back to the beginning of the conversation, there's there's a bunch of types of links that you're typically getting, right, or working on getting. And, there's citations. Like, I'm not really talking about that type of thing. I'm talking about like, links, real, not directories and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, you as an agency owner will tell your client that we're going to do X, Y, Z, and you've got in your SOPs, you already know what those things are going to be. You got a playbook. So I don't know if all agency owners include local, the thing that I call local links in their playbook. But if they do or don't, it sort of doesn't matter, because this just slots in, either replaces something you're doing now or is it additional to. And because it's so sort of easy, it should be pretty easy to work into any deliverable or SOP. So, that's the way we it might actually be a different entry if you had a spreadsheet or whatever, or a line item or whatever. This might actually be a new category, because like I said, there's not a lot of places out there that have this inventory.
So there are like thousands of cities out there, like places. Like, how can like someone still get this local considered a local link if there's thousands of cities? I mean, unless you have like a site from every city in the United States.
Yeah.
Do you? Or
Yeah. No, we don't. So you're 100% right. Like, this is going to be, in order for this to succeed, we need a lot of inventory.
Got it.
Now, that said, it sort of depends on how strict you want to be. So, if you take like Atlanta, for example, if you've got a client that's just outside of Atlanta, not technically in Atlanta,
yeah, okay,
that's a local
okay.
link,
All
right?
right.
I would take that, right?
Yeah.
So there's some, spread that happens, and yeah.
Got it. I love that. Okay, so let's talk about pricing. So like, buying a link can can cost about, a couple $100, right? If you sometimes if you get a decent link, if you find one. So like, how does like a HASO work when it comes to pricing?
Yes. Okay. So this is like super important. To your point, the way normal link pricing works is you pay by the link.
Yeah.
Right. Or you buy a package of 10 links or whatever it is.
Yep.
So that's not the way this works.
Okay.
The way we did this is you pay for the allowance to put X number of sites on the network.
Okay.
So if you've got 10 clients, you buy the small package, and now you're allowed to put 10 sites in the network, and they get exposed to every SEO that's on there.
Okay.
If you've got 30 clients, you buy the 30 package. If you've got 100 clients, you buy the large package, and you put the sites on there. Now you have access to the entire network, and everyone sees what you've got, so they can reach out to you too. So the more sites you put on there, the faster they'll all get links.
Got it. But so you charge per site though, right? It'll be per site. How much is it per site?
Right. Well, so you buy the package. So let's say the small package for 10 sites is like $287, and these are all LTD right now, by the way. Okay. So there's no subscription, at least not at the moment. You just pay once, you put the 10 sites on there, $287, and they're on there, and they stay on there, and there's no per link fee. So you might end up getting 100 links, and you pay $287, and you're paying like $2.87 a link.
Got it. Okay. So I think so I guess when this would actually benefit someone, your inventory is open to anyone that signs up, right? So anyone can see it, and so if someone sees like the opportunity, like, oh wow, they have a bunch of this, it would be really beneficial to like, hey, it's a no-brainer. You should like sign up, right? Like.
Yeah, it's crazy. So like, just let's use a concrete example. This happened to us, right? So we have a client in Jacksonville. We happen to be based in Jacksonville. I go on to HASO and I do a search for Jacksonville, and there's like 15 different sites on there. Now, it doesn't mean that all 15 sites are relevant, but there's 7 or 8 of them that I would take a link from. If the other SEO will do it, we don't know yet. But there is enough inventory there for me as one example to potentially get 8 links.
Okay. So, and if you see that, you're like, okay, hey, I can potentially get 8. I mean, obviously, that brings me to like, how would you sell it? Like, how would it be a message to another SEO? I mean, obviously, I guess there's already camaraderie there because both are looking to exchange. You're both SEOs, right. But I mean, have you offended any other SEOs on there by like asking for exchange? Or like,
no, not offended. Because like, they're on there for a reason. They're on there for this reason. So there's no friction from that point of view.
Got it.
The only friction that's happened is, like I said earlier, where somebody doesn't think they want to do an exchange with a site that's got less DA, all that kind of stuff. That's just some. I think a minority of people kind of think that way about these links. So that's the only friction, really.
Got it. And guys, we're coming close to the end of the episode here. So if you have any questions, I've been deep in the conversation here. So like, please ask them in the live chat if you have any questions. I have a couple more questions to ask before we come to the close of this episode. So, okay, best practices. We have. Okay, we learned how to sign up. We learned what we need to do. We learned that like how to approach other SEOs. I mean, what are some best practices? What are things that we shouldn't do? Things that we should be doing for sure to increase our opportunities here.
Yeah. So the magic of this. So I'll give you two things. I'll give you the part about HASO itself.
Okay.
And then I'll give you like a little knowledge bomb, at least from our point of view, that's somewhat outside of HASO, right?
Okay.
So the HASO part, the magic here is about growing the inventory, right? And the name of the site is there for a really specific reason.
Yeah.
It's help an SEO out. It's help each other out. Nobody's going to steal your clients by putting your entire inventory on here. Nobody sees your email. Nobody sees your domain names. There's no threat here. The only thing that can happen is you put them up there and you get somebody to reach out to you for a link. Mm-hmm. SEOs know the value of that. I believe that if everyone participates, we as agency owners cut out a cost center from our businesses, and that means keep more margin. That's as simple as that. You got less work to do, you got to spend less money on links, and you keep more of your own money.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Got it. Love that. Okay, second part.
Yeah, the second part. So this is now outside of HASO. Okay. We don't really do anything with this, but here's something that we a trick up our sleeve, right?
Okay.
And this goes back to that experience we had with doing the event thing, right?
Yep.
So part of the reason why we think that worked is because those sites that were working with each other, or companies that were working with each other and linked to the event page and back and forth to each other, whatever.
Yeah.
There was natural traffic that was happening through those links, right? Their own customers were visiting, reading the thing. Social media was driving traffic a little bit here and there. People were bouncing around between all these sites. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of the tip. If you're going to do this and you want to mimic that sort of thing, which I'm saying is what we think the secret sauce was and why that had an SEO effect, then, hint, hint, make that happen. Make that traffic happen however you want. You're mimicking real life, which is what that event thing was.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it there. I think the SEOs in the room are know what I'm saying, right?
All right. I didn't see any. Okay, let's see here. We have Sneaky says meet motor endurance. Let's we have one person here. We had someone find I met my wife on HASO. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
Do you know that person? Do you know that person? I don't know if you know that person, but
I have a suspicion knowing who that is. Yeah.
All right. Love it. I didn't see any other questions come on here. So this is the last question I ask all my SEO professionals that come on here. If someone wants to get into the SEO industry right now, become an SEO professional themselves, what would your advice be to them?
Oh man, if you asked me that question a year ago or a little longer, I would have said start an affiliate site, a niche site, something like that, just so you can have something to test with. Mm-hmm. But those days are different now. Man, that's a tough one. I may still do that just because you're going to get. It's a quick way for you to test stuff out on your own without. Working with clients and dealing with that kind of friction. Mm-hmm. So that might be the way to do it, or start messing around with trying to get even somebody else's site into AI results.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because you can definitely do that with third-party tactics instead of not necessarily updating their own things. Okay.
Right.
Love that.
Right.
Love that. All right. So, for this episode to feel complete for you, I mean, any last words, comments, any coupon codes you can give for people out there?
Shoot, I don't have it off.
Oh no, I mean,
I want to give you one, but I just don't have it.
Okay. No. All right. Yeah. So I'll be sure to let the audience know. I will put it in the description and in the comments for special pricing for you guys. Whoever watched this episode, if you want to check it out. So thank you for that. So how can people get a hold of you?
Dave at helpanseoout.com. Email is great. Just hit me up and we'll get you settled.
Love it. Everyone's give a round of applause. Thank you, David. Yeah. All right, can you hold on for one quick second?
Yeah, sure.
All right. All right, guys, that concludes another episode of the SEO Video Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to visit our sponsor, tryprofound.com. Go to tryprofound.com for your enterprise AEO platform needs. And also visit AEO.so to learn about answer engine optimization. Until next time, I'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Thank you for watching. Hope you come back next week. Make sure to subscribe. You don't want to miss a thing. Hope you learn something new, cause the vibe is incredible. From the special SEO professionals, SEO video show. Let's work. Want to see you be an SEO expert. Paul Andre de Vera helping you step it up. No delay right now. Time to level up. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Woo!